Oh, hell yeah, brother. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Shane Anthony, man. You gotta help me find something sweet, man. I always listen to that Luke Bryan song, and I just need a quick taste of what he had between his lips, because, oh, man. Oh, here it is. Oh, man. Oh, there really is nothing sweeter, man. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you one time. I'm gonna tell you a thing or two about what I know, and this is tasty. Oh, hello.
I didn't notice you were there. Just eating some ice cream. Okay. Give me a s'more. Again, Ben & Jerry's okay, they're problematic, okay? They support fucking Israel, they shouldn't do that, okay? Nobody's perfect. But this ice cream is fucking perfect. And Stop and Shops has deals. So, whatever. If you want an affordable ice cream, comparable one is at 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven Selects. Like 2 for $6, and they're not better as good as Ben & Jerry's, but they're comparable quality, you know. And ice cream is good for you. That's not the point. One, beyond the zero. Nature does not know extinction. All it knows is transformation. Everything science has taught me, and continues to teach me, strengthens my belief in the continuity of our spiritual existence after death. Werner von Braun. A screaming comes across the sky. It has happened before, but there is nothing to compare it to now. It is too late. The evacuation still proceeds, but it's all theater. There are no lights inside the cars. No lights anywhere. Above him lived girders old as an iron queen, and glass somewhere far above that would let the light of day through. But it's night. He's afraid of the way the glass will fall. Soon. It will be a spectacle. The fall of a crystal palace, but coming down in total blackout, without one glint of light. Only great, invisible, crashing. Trapped in the Traphouse, chapters 1 through 33. Prologue. Down through the wire.
Look at this photo! Oh, no, I'm just... Please, not gonna do that.
But really, look at this photograph. This is iconic. This was hidden very well. My first time seeing this photo was about a week ago. But look at it. Look how good it is. William Francis Moffat Jr. William Francis Moffat Sr. Anne Louise LeBlanc. Mindy Ann Croft. Doesn't have a date, but I couldn't have been more than 2. So probably 1990, probably, like, I was like, even the style of the clothing, the style of the frame, everything, it's like that weird transition point between the 80s and the 90s, A lot of weird shit was happening. Pardon me, I just need a little fucking, a little honey taste to get me through, I don't know if you're familiar with ice cream being very popular amongst drug addicts, people in recovery, alcoholics, heroin, both recovery, and users. Or let's say you were fucking, hypothetically, you're born addicted to heroin because your mother was an intravenous drug user most of her life and couldn't stop even when you were in the womb, and they thought they were going to get an abortion, so they thought they could get away with it, and that your constant presence has always been a reminder to them that Spoonful weighs a ton. Spider bites all. That Black Widow. Happiness is a warm gun. I said, happiness is a warm gun. Bang, bang, shoot, shoot. Mother Superior jumped the gun. Mother Superior, Mother, you had me, but I never even knew you. John Lennon. He was born in the soot. He was born in the gutter. He was born in the shadow of Liverpool, just like I was born in the shadow of East Hartford. One time, this girl who kissed me at French Trinity, I fucking don't know her name. It was a random kiss. She was probably fucking high. I was high. She kissed me and she said, "You look just like John Lennon." You know, my father drove by right when John Lennon died. It was 1980. I should know the exact date, but when John Lennon died, my father was probably on his way to pick up drugs and do a drug run. Now in hindsight, I'm thinking about who he was with and where he was going, why was he going past that area. But yeah, he didn't know it. Probably, he didn't know because he was fucked up and he felt guilty because he could have made it. I could have stopped that. I don't know. He's fucking on drugs. But crazy things have happened, like chambermaids sneaking into the Beatles hotel room. Crazy journalists who took their photos, wrote from afar, but up close, pretended. Doc Sportello pretended to fucking be a fucking chambermaid to sneak in. I have that. I have somewhere around here a pack of matches that was in the Beatles hotel room. There probably were multiple ones, so I'm sure they used ones. Shit, if I had one that had one missing, I would have been like, "Yeah, man, John Lennon was fucking lighting up a spoon with this, or fucking they were smoking a J." Like, I could have had that kind of provenance. I could have pretended. I could have been worth millions. So all this shit actually, well, who knows? And you don't know that I'm gonna hide it in a spot. No one knows where to find it. But these photos are crazy. Like, look, you see me. That's why I'm doing this. For my next trick, like that's, I'm not. All this has been just from the spirits, and yeah, stories that I've wanted to tell for a long, long time, and I never knew how to tell them because I never really knew them. Here's why I'm doing this right now. All right. And some people might be thinking, well, this is less gonzo journalism. This is kind of like stand-up routine, almost like a memoir, a confessional. Are you gonna kill yourself? No. That ship sunk a long time ago. And you heard what I said about the Miles story. Like, I'm not gonna do that. And trust me, I've been in dark places before. Like the darkest places I'll be. And I know it's one day at a time, but I don't know how I could get darker than I got. That's the thing that many fucking addicts have said, as famous last words, but I've seen a thing or two about how much that spoonful weighs, and if I manage to avoid it somehow, shit, they will have to literally do what they did in Inherent Vice and knock me out with a PCP fucking laced fucking joint and then fucking inject it into me when I'm passed out to try to kill me, try to give me a hot shot, and then that can pretend like it was an OD, and sell that story. That's the only way. They're fucking taking me out of the boneyard, motherfucker, Because I'm serious. They could lock me in a fucking room for 15 years. I'm coming out swinging. Love and peace, but... Old boy, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Thank God I don't have a daughter. At least not one I know about. It's a joke I made Luke Brun one time. He laughed. So I know he's a good dude. On the mic, and this was right before, again, tell a man to go to hell and make him enjoy the trip. I was just about to fucking shit all over him. But before he did that, I was talking about the school system and how he obviously doesn't know anything about them or care about them because his kids would go to Montessori and then not a part of the public schools where all these fucking predators. I'll get to that later. But yeah, he fucking, I said, yeah, I don't know how many children that I know about. He laughed, man. And he didn't want he didn't want to laugh at that joke. That's a bleak joke. But that's an Irish joke. Okay. I'm realizing that about myself now. And he is French Canadian than me. A little bit. Little boot. Thankfully not Das Boot. Stay woke, brothers. Happy Black History Month. But yeah, Irish. Oscar Wilde. Joycean. Rabald. Bobby Sands. Hunger strike. Real vaudeville, cracking jokes. Whatever. Drink about 1 billion beers and fucking dance it off. Shit. Ireland's cold, I think. I have no idea. I've never been there. Maybe I'll get there one day. I don't know. I met a real Irish dude and it didn't seem appealing. It seemed like they're doing better now, but it seemed like he was talking about how fucking junkies would be. I guess this is everywhere now. Junkies would be busting out of the shadow like some train spot and shit. Not to be like with a gun, but with a needle, with used needles. And they'd hold it up to people and be like, oh yeah, man, guess what? I got the HIV, man. You want the fucking AIDS? You want the fucking HIV? You have to give me your wallet. And I wouldn't be like, oh man, it's a junkie bluff. No. Sometimes these bluffs are fucking real. Okay? I'm sober. And I'm threatening to use my grandfather Pepe's ashes against my mother, again, to remind you because of the nature of this disease. And that's why I'm here telling these stories, because the disease, the plague, I need to tell these stories now because I could die any day. I don't want to. Oh, well, it's your Jesus year. You always wanted to murder yourself. God is dead and no one cares. If there is a hell, we've seen it. We're here. This is it. It's all a myth. Even if you want to believe that it's not a myth. The Matrix, this is hell. This is hell. This is hell. The seventh mass extinction event. Oh, well, that could be, don't. No. We as a species might not be here in 100 years. Less. Stephen Hawking. Great Stephen Hawking, one of his last things before he died was he had, like the doomsday clock. Smart people. He said, listen, if we don't terraform other planets, the planet won't be able to sustain life in 75 years. He said this before he died, so we've got maybe 60 years, 65 years, maybe less. Big time, fucking solar flare could hit. Corona will mutate. A worse plague will come. Smallpox could be either weaponized or unleashed. And all these anti-vaxxers and all these conspiracy theorists and everyone, whether they're justified or not, are making it easy. Ice caps are melting, and like in The Thing, remember how The Thing, the movie, the John Carpenter movie, The Thing, 1984, The Thing, it's a metaphor of communism and whatnot. We'll get into that later, maybe. But the ice caps are melting, and there's plagues and there's strands of viruses that are there that we're not immune to, and we can't even handle the Corona 19. So what's going to happen with Corona 20, Corona 21, Corona 22? We don't even know. We can't even test them yet. We have no idea what's going on right now. But I know that I got it last year. And yeah, it might just be the weed, but you've noticed I've coughed pretty heavily once in a while, right? I was fasting black lungs. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I stopped weed for like 5-6 months. I still occasionally would feel it. I don't know how much time I have left. Like, I'm fit. Yeah, I want to half marathon. But look at this photograph. A spoonful weighs a ton. My dad could be dead now. I don't know. I haven't heard from him since. I don't know where he is right now. I know kind of where he is, but I don't know. He could die. He got surgery, I know. I got a bill. He got some surgery. I think he has cancer. And so much else. He could be dead. Alright? He could be dead. Alright? I don't know yet. I'm bracing for it. That's why I'm telling his story right now. This isn't my story. This is the story of William Moffat, but this is the story of William Moffat Sr. My hero. My Alfred. My Batman. My everything. And I love you. And I don't know if I'll be able to tell him that I know, that I figured it out. He again, like Miles, he might be smart enough to know, to be like, maybe this teach Moffat something, maybe this will help him. And it is, and it does, and I'm not gonna relapse. But I could. But I can swear you on one thing. I promise on my Pepe's ashes, I'm not gonna end this all by singing Nickelback's Look at This Photograph. I'm not gonna do that. You think I'm gonna do that, but I'm not gonna do that. To be continued.